What is up guys, Andy Forresty Runner here back with another video for you today, and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about how I am attempting to leave no stone unturned during my marathon training cycle. All of us focus on the running training. That is the most important thing. We seek out our plans, we hunt for the right strategy to get us to the end goal that we wish to achieve, whether that is to run a time or just to complete the distance. However, there are so many other things that run alongside marathon training that are just as important, things that we all neglect, including myself. I have been way guilty of those, including back last year when I ended up having those stitch issues, and that was due to a neglect of my body. Now, I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about those things shortly. Very quickly before we jump into the video, I wanted to say I'm going to be at the National Running Show this weekend. I know I mentioned it a while back. I haven't said a word about it since. If you guys are there this Saturday, it will be awesome to meet any of you. I know I posted it out on my Facebook page and my Instagram account. If any of you are going to be there, let's meet up. It will be awesome to meet some of you guys. I know there's going to be quite a few YouTubers there. So if you see anyone walking around with a camera, you're pretty sure to find me or some other YouTuber that you watch. It's going to be an awesome day, hopefully. Anyway, back to the video. And today, as I said, I'm going to jump into some things that I am working hard on right now from the beginning. Hopefully, we'll continue them right through to the end that will see me through this marathon training block. So without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, so my first thing that I am really focusing on is my recovery. In particular, that is a loose word to use, but in particular, my post-run recovery. I'm actually quite good at stretching and foam rolling after my sessions. I do it quite regularly, and that is something that I have been relatively good at for the last year or so. I don't tend to do it after an easy run. I do a bit of light stretching, but I don't foam roll. But after any hard sessions, even if they're late at night and I get in through the door at 9:30, go for a shower, I always come downstairs before I eat anything and I stretch and foam roll. Now, I tend to just foam roll my legs and that's it. That's my downfall, and that was my downfall last year. That's where I came up with all these stitch issues with the knots here, which prevented me from being able to open up my gate and therefore causing my trunk in here to twist and get these stitch issues. So I've been working hard over these last 2 weeks, in particular, to not just foam roll my legs but foam roll my back. I also have a spiky lacrosse ball size thing which is hard and it bloody hurts, but I have been using that to rub around all the muscles around here, around my shoulders, down my sides, making sure everything is worked well. It's a bit painful, but do you know what? I am feeling the benefits already, and in particular, not just that, am I foam rolling and using that, but every Sunday night I'm going through a full body stretching routine. So my schedule, as a lot of you know, in the last 2 weeks, and this will be increasing, but has been Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. So by Sunday night I'm pretty stiff and sore. So obviously I've done the foam rolling after all of my sessions, in particular after my long run. Then Sunday night comes and I go through all my hip stretches, stretching out the hip flexors, because obviously I sit at a desk, they get very tight. So I do a little hips stretching routine. Stretch out my back, stretch out my pecs, make sure everything is loose, my shoulders, my shoulder blades and everything. So I'm really trying my best to take care of my body. It is the most important thing when we're loading our body with all these miles. We've got to be prepared for the following week, even the following day. But if we're doing the little things after each run and then maybe taking half an hour out of a Sunday evening before we start our next week to just fully stretch the body out and relax, it is just, I'm telling you now already after week 2, I'm feeling like every week I'm ready to attack the week, and I am even providing Doug with the feedback of my Monday morning run. I think my last comment was something like, I felt like Mario hitting a power-up star. I just felt so energized and refreshed, even though I'm getting up and out the door at 6:30. My body is just feeling good and ready for it. So that is my first thing that I'm doing, taking way more care of my body. My second thing that I am really focusing on at the moment, and hopefully all the way through the plan, is my post-run nutrition. Now, do you ever see any videos on this channel about diet? No you don't, because my diet isn't the best. However, as I always say to people and to you guys, and the old subscribers will know, I always say that my post-run food is good. It's everything else in the middle that's not so good. However, I'm always making sure now after every session and every run that I'm eating a decent amount of protein and carbs combined that are clean and nice. After that, anything goes. However, it's really important, and I do feel a massive difference for it even now already, because to be perfectly honest with you guys, our muscles need to repair themselves. Our body needs to replenish nutrients that it's lost during the runs, all the sweating out. Just to add in there, I drink a bucket load of water and have an electrolyte drink at the end as well to replenish the stocks. So if you think about it, our bodies are going through the ringer for this marathon training, and for me the training has just started. For some of you it's not started, and for some of you you're nearly done already because your marathons are maybe in February and March. Either way, it's so important throughout this whole training cycle that we keep on top of this whole nutritional aspect. I can't stress enough, and any dietitian or any nutritional expert will stress to you that your body feels so much better when you eat right. As I said, I'm not going to sit here and preach that I eat right, but what I do is I eat right straight after a run. That allows me and my body to recover properly, replenish its stores, and then go again the next day. For me, honestly, it's my biggest weakness out of everything. I am really good at eating good post-run, it's just everything else in the middle. But I'm really taking even more care, especially at night time when I've had a really long day at work. I've not eaten too much because I don't want my stomach to be full. I then go out at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, don't get in until 9:30, shower, stretch, and then it's about 10 o'clock before I eat. I have to be really careful because all I want to eat is sweets and chocolate. My stomach and my body is just craving it. So I'm working really, really hard not to do that, to eat something decent. I am a vegetarian, so I eat a lot of corn chicken. Corn chicken pieces take about 5 minutes to boil. Maybe have that in a wrap or a pita bread. That is a really 5-minute quick and easy thing for me to eat when I got back from a run. It's light. I then have to wait an hour for my food to digest so I don't get indigestion. Then I can go to bed about 11 o'clock. It works well, and this is something, as I said, that I'm going to be working hard on, and I hope you guys will too. Right guys, the third thing I am going to be working really hard on is going to the gym to work on my strength and conditioning. Quite frankly, as a lot of you know, getting towards the back end of a marathon is tough enough fighting fatigue, let alone when you're fighting your posture falling over, you know? Do you know what I mean? I'm 6'6", for those of you who don't know. I am very tall when I sit at a desk, and I have a bit of kyphosis here on my back, which means it curves over. Now, my posture isn't great. I've been working on it for a while now, but since I joined the gym, my back strength has just gone crazy. It's amazing, and I, touch wood, don't get any of my back pains anymore. However, what I am conscious of is that when I am running at race pace, I don't want to be fighting, as I said, that posture as well as fatigue and tiredness. In my first marathon, my posture went around mile 13 or 14. In my second marathon, it went around about 18, 19. Now, this time around, I want to be fighting it for as little time as possible. I'm very aware that I won't get it perfect now, and this is going to be a long-term strategy, but if I can get some really solid strength training in this block, then it's going to set me up beautifully for the rest of the year. Not just the marathon, but for the rest of the year. My strength work, if you haven't seen already, guys, I do have a video. I'll link it above. I can't ever remember which side it is. The link is above. And also, since that video, I have done some strength tests with Doug, my coach, to work out what my weaknesses and my strengths are. I actually have quite a strong core apparently, but my back, as always, is weak. Therefore, I'm going to be doing some extra back exercises in there to really allow me to hopefully hold myself upright for as long as possible. Now, strength work is something so many of us neglect. I didn't start doing any strength work in my first 3.5 almost years of running. It's only in the last 7 to 8 months, I've been running for 4 years and nearly 1 month, that I have been doing strength work. And honestly guys, it has revolutionized my training. People love it, people hate it. People have different opinions on it. People like to do all the strength work in the base phase and then do nothing throughout the plan. People swear by it and do more strength work than running, and then people find a happy medium. It's whatever works for you. Either way, all I can recommend is just do some of it. If you struggle with your posture and you sit at a desk all day, I guarantee you're going to need to do some kind of strength work. So that, guys, is number 3. Okay guys, and the fourth and final thing that I'm going to be working really hard on is practicing and simulating that race fatigue via the use of long run workouts. Now, yes, this kind of does tie into my running, whereas the other three things are kind of extra bits outside the running that I'm going to be doing. But this one is so important. I've done a plan where I've done long run workouts. I've done a plan where I haven't. When I sat down with Doug in the beginning of this and said, Doug, look, mate, I have done this and I've done this and I actually prefer the long run workouts. I think he was pleased to hear that, because I think he had every intention of chucking all these long run workouts that I am currently doing into my plan anyway, which is a win-win. Now, I can't stress enough how important long run workouts are. The volume that you do them is completely up to you. If you go and download a plan from wherever it might be, a lot of generic plans, you'll find that they just do easy runs on the weekends, your long runs, and just keeping it purely easy. You might get the odd one that says chuck a couple of harder miles in at the end to practice simulating that hard effort towards the end of a run. But honestly, guys, you need to be doing a little bit more than that, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, obviously. Now, long run workouts for me are going to be the bread and butter of this plan. Everything I do in the week is going to be fantastic, but it's the long run workouts for me that I am most keen to nail and get right. As far as I'm concerned, you will never ever simulate race day, but you can get as damn close as you can try, and by doing long run workouts you'll get to that point. You're going to see a lot of these on this channel over the next few months, hopefully beneficial to you. As you've seen already, I've started off by doing 4 by 12 minutes in my long run, and these long runs are already 18 miles long in the beginning of the plan. Towards the end of the plan, I'm going to be doing things like 3 by 30 minutes, so that's 1.5 hours worth of hard work in a long run. This is intense stuff, and it is going to be building character, it's going to be building mental toughness, strength, and seeing what my body can throw at it. As far as I'm concerned, the best workout that you guys can do throughout your marathon training, even if you're doing no workouts, is a long run workout. It's just going to help you practice simulating that feeling of fatigue on race day. When I did my first marathon training plan, there was all easy. We did hard workouts in the week. I think, if I remember rightly, we maybe did like 15-16 mile runs with maybe 2 miles towards the end at a bit of a harder effort. But then that was it. In the second marathon plan that I did a few, but not many. Whereas this marathon plan, I'm hoping to do a long run workout almost every weekend. I might have the odd one off, but hopefully every weekend I'm going to be working hard to work on that fatigue, that pushing through the barriers. Within all of this, I'm going to be fueling as well, practicing the fueling, and that really should be a separate point in its own, but I'm combining the two. The fueling practice in with these long run workouts is hopefully just going to set me up a treat for May. As far as I'm concerned, guys, that is the fourth and final and best thing that you can be doing for your marathon training, making sure that you leave no stone unturned. So guys, those are my 4 things that I'm going to be working really hard on. That is the recovery, that is the nutrition, that is the gym strength work, and that is of course the long run workouts. Those 4 things in amongst the normal training, I'm hoping are going to take me across that line in sub 2:55 in May. But we will see, we will see. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, I'd love to hear your comments below. Please do let me know what you think. Please do let me know what you're doing to make sure you leave no stone unturned in your training this spring. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a like, share it with your friends, and of course do subscribe to the channel for weekly running content. And I will see you next time. Until then.